managers, not companies, right? So, and that is the half of the story, but that belongs to the story. So I learned by being the teacher that people management is like taking all the people with you and investing the time to all the team. It's a team. We need to reach the target together as a team, and each individual needs to work on this one. So I think that's the most important thing, and be patient. I'm very sorry to say, but you need to be patient.
Okay.
I think one of the challenges here is that there's not enough recognition that being a manager and a leader is a professional role, right? It's not a side role. It's not I also lead as well as delivering the financials and delivering the delivery and meeting customer sat and also I manage people. People management is a professional job. And I think that's where we need to make sure there's enough awareness of that as we go through this. Fantastic. Yeah. Ourania, this is great interview. Really good stuff.
Yeah, great. And so let's do a couple of quick fire ones then to round off. So Albert, do you want to shoot first?
Yeah, I would ask one of my favorite questions, which is, I'm assuming along the way, somebody said that you were their inspiration, right? Who was your role model, or who is your role model when it comes to leadership in any walk of life?
It's not only one. I mean, it's not only one person. I was really very lucky in my life to meet great people, and I'm not going to go into names because I don't want to get people embarrassed in that interview. But I was really very honored and lucky to get to know a lot of great people, and I'm taking it for each one of my mentors or my coach or whatever. I'm taking a lot of pieces. And I'm constructing what I am right now. So I took a lot of pieces, but it was not specific one person only. It's a combination of starting the time when I was teaching all the way up to here. It's a lot of people, and I'm thankful to that, because we can't take that as granted. But of course, you need to be open to accept and receive. Because if you're coming like, I'm the only one and I'm the best, then you're not coming forward. I mean, it's obviously, you need to learn. We need to accept that we're not perfect. Thank God we're not perfect. And then every day we learn more.
Absolutely. Fantastic.
I think so. Let's go on to the second question. So the second question would be, is there a leadership book that you would recommend to leaders, or a leadership book that you gift regularly to people when they move into leadership?
I read a lot of things. I maybe surprise you on this one. It's not actually a leadership book. It's the Paulo Coelho about the I try to remember. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Neil. The Alchemist. And actually, I met Paulo Coelho. He was in Switzerland 20 years ago. Yeah, and it was interesting because he was in a bookstore, so he was signing his books. So I had one book that it was in Greek. I have all I have in Greek, in English, in German. So that was, as I said, 25 years ago. So I took that with me, and I went to the bookstore and I want him to sign my book, which obviously I didn't buy it there. Right? So, and the owner didn't want me to let him to go to him, right? So he realized something is going on. I said, "What's wrong?" "Yeah, the lady wants you to sign, but it's not a book bought by our bookstore." And said, and Paulo said, "I don't care. Come here." So he took me. That was an incredible story, because he actually people waiting in a queue, and then he took me and my book, and we went back in the back, and we sat down, and he asked me where I'm coming from and what's that and Greek and so on. So I asked him a question, tell me something, because it was my feeling reading that book. Have you copied somehow the story from Odysseus and Ulysses from Homer, right? And he will start laughing. I said, okay, I thought so. And why that is the book? Because what it says is actually that is the journey that counts. And that is what I learned, is that you need to take the journey and learn in every step in your life. So it's I'm more philosophical. I really have read a lot of these 7 ways and so on and so forth. And you have made a great list of books. So I can't say just one of that, many of that, but this one is a very important book. I think everyone should read that one.
So two points follow up on that. One of them is, The Alchemist is one everyone should read. I try and read it every year because it's a very quick read, but it does ground you. It really does. The second thing is what you just heard is why Rania's achieved what she's achieved. Okay, is she comes to the back of a queue with a book she didn't buy in the shop where they're signing and got to the front of the queue and had a personal interview. That's a great example of you focus on something, you want something, you go and get it.
Okay. I love that. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So you've said lots of things on this interview, which have been really good, actually, Rania. But if people are watching this and they want to remember Ourania Odermatt, what's a quote that you would want to leave here, either that you've heard or just a quote that you want to make around leadership that you want people to remember you on this interview?
That's a very good point. Always be positive. Because life, the only thing that is for sure in life that is nothing stays as it is. Okay, the universe, the only standard in universe is that everything will change.
Yeah.
So but if you take that, you need to think positive, and adjust and adapt, and be creative, and don't afraid. Just go for that.
Yeah.
It's very important. And be and laugh. Put some smile in your life, and that's very important.
Great advice.
Fantastic. Great.
So I've got one final question I was going to ask, and then we'll kind of wrap up, I think, Sheree. So given your background as a teacher, with your team, do you give them homework and do you give them detention?
Of course. Because I think preparation is the half of the story.
Yeah. And if they don't deliver, then you give them detention. They have to stay on in the evening.
No, and I remember where you're going to, because me and you, we know a lot of people that was doing that in the Sunday meetings.
Correct.
But no. No, and actually, when that happens, it goes back to my teacher thing, is that I'm trying to compensate and help them move. So if I see that they're stuck in a point, I'm just saying, okay, let's sit together and do that together, because we need to come forward. I mean, no, I'm not doing that. I'm respecting my team. And one of the advices I have given them now in the second lockdown is that be disciplined and make breaks and go out for a walk. And because we need to have some structure in the day, we can very easily go into working 24/7. Business never stop, right? Mails never stop coming. So you need to have some discipline, because that is impacting your personal and private life. And another advice I gave them, and you love this one, is that don't listen everything that your wife or your husband says to you nowadays. Just ignore it for a while, go for a walk and come back, because they don't really mean it.
Oh, that's good. I'll talk to Anna, and I'll just say it was okay. Rania said it's okay.
I'm very happy to use that as well. I'm really happy to use that.
Brilliant.
Rania, you're on here with us. We had your name down for a while, and I'm really glad to get you on this. And then we interviewed somebody, I think it was probably in December, and we said to them, any other topics, let us know. And she said, I haven't got any other topics, but I must advise, if you get the chance, get Rania on an interview.
That's right.
And that was Carol Chidley, by the way. Carol Chidley has said to us, get Rania. We said, well, we've got her name down already, and she is definitely going to be with us. She just doesn't know it yet.
Carol is an angel.
Listen,
Carol is an angel. It's a great person.
Listen, really good having you here. Absolute privilege and a pleasure for us, actually. So thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it. Neil, I'll leave you to close. Thank you.
Rania, thank you. It's great to see you. Really, really pleased you could join us. Always good to see you. And that's some outstanding advice there for our audience and our leaders. So thanks for that. And to anyone listening, or to all those listening, not anyone listening, please leave comments below. Give us a like if you like what you've heard. Please subscribe as well. And look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Rania, take care.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Bye.
Cheers, everyone.
Good to talk to you. All the best.
All the best.